gravel that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango finger.
It's week 5 of the National Football League. And coming up is Jordan Brooks. He made his mark as a rusher last week with multiple sacks and 8 total tackles. It's the Seahawks and the Saints, and it's all up next.
First quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by a 3. Owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton.
I love his football IQ. I love his ability to have people rally around him. And as he likes to remind me all the time when I get ready to call one of his games, I can run it a little bit too. A nice presence to have on your team.
A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Play action here with Dalton. And right away he lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 2nd. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then 2 yards on the second down carry.
It's taking out to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Touchdown! His second touchdown of the season. The Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Tyler Lockett touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Throwing, Dalton. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind tactical look here for the Seahawks on third down. And Dalton to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on fourth down. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
On second down, it's Walker. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. This defense for the Saints, they certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run. So
they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try for the first with Walker. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Garoppolo's throw caught here by Metcalf. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. 5 yards remain on second down. The Seahawks had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Well, we knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
Well, when you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
It's caught. Lockett. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Give them a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a third down and 2. On third down, here's Walker. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Out to the flat here for Johnson. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
Give him the completion. No gain, but let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
But when you get outside the tackle box, it becomes a numbers game. The defense had more than they could block. He's got it. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at a 1st and goal as he's out of bounds at the 3-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Walker will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Walker once more, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ken Walker with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from the rookie, Ken Walker. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Coming up in prime time here in Week 5, a couple of division rivalries on the docket. Beginning tonight in the AFC North with the Bengals and Ravens from Baltimore at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Raiders and Chiefs from Arrowhead in the AFC West. A running room for Kamara on 1st down as he takes this forward. It's a gain of 7 there on 1st down. 2nd and 3 coming up. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here. 2nd and 3. Andy Dalton. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. There's Chris Olave. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Dalton. Looking sideline, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Got an open man. It's Olave. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw here, Dalton. That's Olave bringing in another one. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 2. Brings up 2nd and 2. Kamara up the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Again, it's Kamara. Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this 1st half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Dalton. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points in the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. You think back to last week, they dropped that game to the Detroit Lions. Now they're trying to make amends here as they've got the football and the lead. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. A nice little juke. They'll get this to the 24. That's second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Sticking with Walker on second down. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
This is the tight end Fant. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he will find his man, Samuel. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 42. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in the first half. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He's got his tight end Fant. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 18. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the gun, it's Walker. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Giving 4 on the carry will make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Myers' kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. A first down throw coming for Dalton. They complete it to Hill. 2 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The final act of the first half, Dalton. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run, and you could hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here, and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Drop for a loss of 7 on multiple defenders.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. I've been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. They run it again with Kamara. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And tough sledding. Going to get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. Dalton. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
The kick by Lutz is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game, and they make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Running right, here's Walker, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. Open man is Metcalf. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Turning point here in the third. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
The previous play is under review.
And the question...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Walker now on 1st and 10. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets them down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Here's Walker. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. They'll toss this out right to Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. A 10-play drive that time. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from the rookie, Kenneth Walker. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Dalton, 1st and 10. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
2nd and 10. Dalton once more. And he comes back with one complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
That's good for the Saints. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Another chance for Dalton. Olave over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And I'm guessing you grind out some.
Here we go.
They run again with Walker. Oh, able to avoid it. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Up the middle, here's Walker. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing, Dalton. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
And they look to finish strong in this 4th quarter. This is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game.
Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.